Hey guys, I'm Ben from Pump Cards, and today we will talk about the best Yu-Gi-Oh set released to this day. There has been an announcement in the OCG for a new type of set called the Tactical Tri-Deck. There will be 3 decks, the Cyber Dragon one, Life Twin and Eldritch, and these decks are meant to be played right off the box. So the deal is, buy your Tactical Tri-Deck, sleeve it up and play at your local. These decks are pretty phenomenal. They have 3 major advantages over the normal structure decks you can buy right now, like the Fire King structure deck, the Crystal Beast structure deck, or whatever. So the first advantage is they include enough copies for you to play. So if you play Cyber Dragon, you need 3 Cyber Dragon, so the 3 Cyber Dragon are included. They include non-archetypal cards that are played in decks. Like for Cyber Dragon it's Azalea, but a good comparison, if you play like Fire King or Snake Eye, you would probably include cards like IP Masquerina or like Heater. And the third advantage is that there are a lot of good playable non-engine cards, which you also need in the meta right now, so this deck is really meant to be played right off the box. But the big question is, will we get this kind of set in the TCG? Because this was just announced for the OCG, and for most people of the TCG, we always tend to get the cards in the higher rarities, so they are much less affordable. We don't get that many reprints in the structure decks, so the trend has always been to keep the structure decks clean and simple, and often they exchange very good non-engine cards with lackluster cards like Mystical Space Typhoon or Effect Veiler. So you won't get your affordable copy of Ash Blossom, of Infinite Impermanence, of Triple Tactics, and this actually has been getting better in the TCG with the last structure decks like the Crystal Beast structure deck or the Fire King structure deck, which included cards like Ash, Joel, Ghost Bell, Impermanence, Dimension Shifter. I think Solemn Judgment has also been in the Fire King structure deck, but the trend always leaned more towards taking way too much time to release needed staple cards. So yeah, I hope they will get this. For me, I am super hyped because I think they will get this in the TCG for us. So yeah, with the announcement of the Tactical Tri-Decks, I think we can get to a point where the game can get much more affordable and accessible to beginners. But for this, Konami needs to bring those products to the TCG, so let's just hope they'll do that. It would definitely be a smart move, but I hope we get them. And yeah, now let's go and look at the deck list. This is the deck. It looks like this with the Cyber Ant Dragon on it, and here's a little list with all the cards in it. As you can see, as I just said, you get the 3 Cyber Dragons, 2 Galaxy Soldiers, 1 Cyber Dark Chimera, 2 Ash Blossoms, 2 Maxi, 3 Cyber Dragon Core, 1 Nexter, and 2 Hertz. And these are pretty much the ratios you would also play in the Cyber Dragon deck, except for like the 2 Ash and the 2 Maxi. You would probably play 3 of those, but in this case you would just get like 2 structure decks. I think that's still a very fair deck. And then you got the Raigeki, Lightning Storms, Feather Duster, Talents, Frost, 2 Kraftbündnis, I don't know the English name right now, Power Bond, 3 Cyber Emergency, Machine Dupe, and you also, as you can see, you get the Called by the Grave, the Droplet, the Cyber Repair Plant. I don't know which this card is, but you get the Cyber Dark Realm, and you also get Clockwork Knight. And I also checked the prices. Like, these are the European prices, but Clockwork Knight starts at the lowest copy is like 10 euros. 11 euros, and if you look at cards like Frost, they are much more expensive, and Talents also like 5 euros. And if you just also Ash is still like 3 euros, even though it got like 20 reprints. And if you look at it like this, you can see that these decks really have a lot of value in them. If you just add them up, this is probably like around 80 euros right now. Maybe if the Frost is like 35, 40, these are like 1 each. The Cyber Dragons also, like, they're not that expensive, but yeah, I mean, you would still exchange the Maxis for other cards because they are banned on our ban list. Also the Azalea, which also costs a little bit, and these are all also cards like the Chimera Fortress Dragon, which is also played in the Edison format, and these are all cards that are not the least expensive. And what this also does is it just makes it easier for you to just get the Cyber Dragon cards, because it's also not that easy to go to, I don't know, Card Market and just order like all of them. So I think this is a really good deck, and they would of course exchange some cards like the Maxi, but as long as they don't like exchange cards like the Ashes and the Frost, the Talents and Impermanence and the Azalea, because if they just delete these cards and put in cards like Mystical Space Typhoon or Smashing Ground, or like cards that are this like have the same effect but do it worse, probably no one would buy these decks. Maybe they would buy it because they want to get the Cyber Dragon cards, but if they don't put in like the Frost and the Talent, then I think these decks wouldn't sell that good. Of course, if you wanted to have like free Triple Tactics Frost, then you would need to buy free still. But if they sell for 1,100 yen, and this is like 7 euros for us, and like I think $8, that means that if you would just buy like 3 of these, you would still only have paid like 25 euros, and that's dirt cheap. That's super cheap, and that's why I think this definitely needs to come to us. I think if we get it in the TCG, they will probably sell it for like 20 bucks or whatever, but that's still pretty fair if you compare it to the old structure decks, because if you wanted to play like Fire King, then you had to buy 3 structure decks for 10 bucks each, and then you get 3 Joel, 3 Impermanence, and the Fire King core, and that's it. And if you only buy 2 of these structure decks, which are then probably around 40 bucks for 2, you get 4 Ashes, you get 4, probably not Maxi, probably they put in like, I don't know what's good, like what could you put in there? Maybe Belts or Nibiru's could be a good exchange, or maybe Effect Veilers. So you buy 2 of these for 40 bucks, and then you have a really good deck that can really compete at the locals, not like the free structure decks of Viking where you have a playable engine, but you're missing very important cards like the staples, some helpful engines. You're missing a lot of extra deck cards, and you don't do that with the tactical tri deck. So maybe you have to buy cards like, I don't know maybe you have to buy some cards, but most of the decks in here, so you can just play it right off the bat. Okay, yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you liked the video. Please consider to like and subscribe, and have a great day, and see you soon.